is Jordan Shaw.
And my name is Keli Raybon.
I'm the mechanic.
And I'm the journalist.
Together
we're Try and Prove It.
Someone has been charged with aggravated murder and is facing the death penalty, so we better figure it out, right?
How do we tell the difference between an assertion that is true and an assertion that is false?
You've got to start with all of the evidence, and you don't have all the evidence just yet.
Okay, well, I have no idea. But it's a dot.
Where's the dot?
Right there.
Science is not absolute. It doesn't say this is what happened for sure. It says this is the best explanation we have.
3, start sequence. 1. If one picture is worth 1,000 words, one field demonstration is worth 100 internet conspiracy theories. I'm gonna ask something at the risk of, being wrong, okay? But we're all just friends here. We're all just talking.
Hello, everyone. We are here for a special episode tonight because Keli did a lot of work last week, and she has a lot of footage from UVU that only she got, that only we have. And you guys asked her a lot of questions. You asked her for a lot of stuff. Hey, go look under this rock. Go look behind this bush. Go look in this building. Go look behind that door. We've never had that kind of access to the campus before, but we have it now. So tonight is about Keli being able to share the footage and the pictures that she got from the campus that you've never seen before. We're going to do it with the help of some pretty cool software that's going to help you understand exactly where each image and each video is coming from, because Keli went in a lot of spots that you haven't seen before, period. So we're going to have an interactive map that allows me to click a little dot on the map to pull up and recall different photos and videos so that you always know exactly what's going on. So Keli, can you give us a brief summary on the trip you did on the last day to get most of this footage? How difficult was it to get some of this stuff?
Gosh, it's hard to say if I spent more time, outside the courthouse or, streaming from the hotel room. I sure spent a lot of time sweating and walking the UVU campus over the last week. And I feel like I know it, inside and out. It's been, it was a surreal experience when I first walked in, and I kind of felt like it was my honor to be able to be there, to really reflect on different things, to see things that we've studied so closely over the last 10 months in person, and walk the Hall of Flags, walk the low C staircase, just and explore some different classrooms, some places seemingly off of main campus or the main areas that we've seen in the past. I think I went all out, and I tried to take requests, especially from, what folks have said in the chat or on X, for their special requests. I tried to fulfill most of those as much as humanly possible, being like a one-man band out there. So I'm looking forward to at least dive pretty deep into a lot of what I obtained this evening, though there will probably be more to come too.
A lot of what you obtained was from a new building that a lot of people have been asking about that we've had no access to so far. What building is that? The comp sci building?
A different building that people suddenly became curious about, the computer science building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I shared some things from the computer science building. I really just, I was curious, and, it's a public university. And so I just checking things out.
Yeah. And that's why this episode is called UVU for You with Nancy Drew, because she's going in the spots where no one else has gone before. And she was out there for like 4 hours doing this stuff, looking in every
4 hours at once, at once. I mean, I think every day I made, 2 trips. Sometimes there was one day where I made 3 trips to campus.
Mm-hmm. And that's what happens when you stay there an entire week and not just one day like I did. I went there 2 different visits, and I didn't get a lot done. Some of the footage, some of the pictures that we're gonna see tonight are actually from me, and actually one of them is from your mother as well. But most of it is from you because you stayed there an entire week. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it and start showing people the amazing work that you did.
Thank
So, we're
you.
going to go into this view. This is our software that I wrote just in the last couple days to make, well, this isn't my software, this is Blender. But I wrote a very quick Blender add-on that allows me to go boop and show you that, and boop and show you that, and boop and show you that. So I
Yeah,
just clicked.
hats off to Jordan, because this is really impressive. The software or the program, I guess, that you've created. I'm very excited about being able to, it's one thing to be on the ground, and then it's another thing to actually see it like plotted on a map for us to be able to kind of make sense of afterward.
And when we click into one of these, the red dots are the videos. So when I click into this, we can pause, we can step forward through frame by frame, and I can zoom in wherever I want. And I can even make it full screen like this,
Wow.
and make it completely full. Whoops, not you. I mean, I would love that, but we need to do the other one.
I mean,
tried
I
this
would
out
just be
earlier.
telling you guys about what I shot versus you getting to actually see it. So,
Well, I thought that I could put this. I tested this out when you were out of the studio. So I don't know if I can get us out of the way on these, but that's okay. So let's go back into, I need to go there. Okay, now we're back to this.
and if you wanted to, Jordan, I don't know if that video that I'd shot with the Osmo has loaded into our drive yet, but if you wanted to just kind of like set things up with just a little initial walk into, oh my goodness, GCL. Yeah, if it was working, that might be a nice way to set the scene. If not, no
I
big
don't
deal.
believe that I see it yet. You put it at the top level of my drive?
Yes, I sure did.
Okay. I think it's still loading, but that's
Still
okay.
loading. Okay.
So down here is the bird's eye view map, and I suppose we can start out over here. What are these two blobs? Keli went to the hospital. Well, she should have gone to the hospital for one reason, but she went to the hospital to figure out what it was like to make that drive from the campus to the hospital. What was that like?
So I also have a video, and I thought maybe we could do a separate episode on it, but it was an easy peasy drive. I can tell you that. Easy peasy. And it only took me 6 minutes. And that was with stopping for a long period of time at two different stoplights. And, if I was in an emergency situation, I absolutely could have and would have run the light.
So 6 minutes casually. So that would probably be cut down to like 3 minutes emergency mode.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
super easy. And the majority, when you are on campus, you realize that UVU is literally right off of the highway or the interstate. And so it has such quick and simple access that, they just exited, they did a little roundabout, and they were essentially right there, being able to get on the interstate. And no, I was not driving 90 miles an hour. I think I was going like 75. I don't even know what the speed limit was, but I wasn't driving crazy. And then, you
Was
just,
anyone's feet hanging out the car?
no one's feet was hanging out the car. No one was holding on to another person real dramatically or climbing over the back seat of the SUV that I was in. But, you know, it was a really straight shot. And then, I got stopped at, like I said, two different lights. So, but I thought, you know what, this is okay. This just shows that the timing would, that I was being even more generous, I guess, to their timing estimate.
Okay, perfect. And then this is my photo right here. I need to figure out my mouse situation, but this is a photo of the gate that would have had to have been lifted at the time. This was my photo when I was there. It feels like I was there. Sometimes it feels like I was there yesterday because you were there basically yesterday, and I felt like I was there with you. But other times it feels like I was there 3 months ago. That feels like when the trip was, my trip. But apparently it was only like 6 weeks ago, a month and a half ago. So yeah. And then you got some stuff of the fountain, which is pretty cool.
I shot quite a bit. Yeah, I shot quite a bit of the fountain. And, I shot some videos that I might not have sent to you yet. I'll get to that one in just a moment. But in the videos from the fountain, I walked. So there are actually two fountains, and I walked between the two just to really test that line of sight from Losi Center, because it's long been a thought for me that, if there was in fact a shot fired, that it could have gone over the Hall of Flags and into the pond.
You also have this photo. And this police officer here, there's one of them there for me as well. And I talked to, let's see, who, I don't think we can tell what officer it is, but I talked to one of the officers who was parked there one night. And they told me that someone had done vandalism, and that was why they were kind of guarding the area. That was a female officer.
And so every single time that I went, there was not a police car parked there every single time. But anytime that there was a car there, there was no one in the vehicle. And I probably only saw 4 officers the entire time that I was there, counting all the different visits. So, it is the summertime, but I would say like it's a very slow, quiet campus. Really did not see many people there. And I think in that photo, I missed when you had it zoomed in a little more, but that might have been the night that, there are folks. Okay. So there are folks there. There was actually a Charlie memorial service. This was Friday night. And can you believe it? I kind of like stumbled into this memorial service, which was interesting.
Here's some of the people.
You had asked Jordan for a photo from perhaps where the van might have been. And so this was my best attempt at taking that photo without being super awkward.
Thank you. I didn't realize that until now. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. You guys, when you're going for it, you just go for it and you decide, okay, I don't care how weird I look, how sketch I look. I'm just going to go for it.
About what height were you from the ground when you took these?
I mean, I'm 5'8", so whatever it would be to here.
Oh, so that was at face level?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And okay, let's continue tracking.
I have this, if we want to just put this up for a second, I think this is the right one. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's take, oh boy.
Is it going to
go into this mode, remove at the stage?
Let's take a look at the UVU campus and the scene where the Charlie Kirk incident happened. So
let's go into this.
I believe that the vehicle that Charlie was ultimately placed into, that Denali, was somewhere in this area. I haven't measured out the concrete squares completely yet. I think you recall There was a girl from the UVU review who was standing somewhere, I think around where I'm standing, and filmed with, it seemed, her cell phone as Charlie was carried into the car. And you might recall there was another gal who came and ran toward her, and then like they maybe got into a golf cart right back there. I think the barricades were up somewhere around in here, and there was the Asian UVU police officer who was standing somewhere around in here, keeping people from proceeding to the vehicle. So if we move through inside, there was a van that was parked right around in here. Some people have speculated that maybe if there was a shot and from up there on the roof of the Losi Center, that it was fired into the van to give it that realistic gunshot ballistics. But I suspect if there was indeed a rifle or some kind of gun fired, that it would have gone overhead the Hall of Flags and into the pond back there. Just my take. So, as you may imagine, at the time, these plants were not here. And in fact, there was a good amount of grass here. I don't recall if the entire thing was grass. I'd have to go back and check, but this is the infamous repaving job. And frankly, it's not super impressive. I mean, we've already got a crack right there and there. And it hasn't even been a year yet. It's been almost 10 months. Honestly, it doesn't even really feel level just walking across right there. It feels like there's a dip. But interestingly, when my mom was here about 6 weeks ago, they didn't have any living plants in these planters. But maybe because they knew that people were going to be coming back to campus for the Charlie Kirk case, or maybe they heard my stream. I don't know. But I kind of made a big deal about it and said that they really needed to like water the plants. I guess that serves a purpose down there. Interesting. But as you can see, I mean, there's not been a whole lot of attention paid to these plants. Look, there's a prime example right there. I mean, come on. Let's at least make sure they've got enough soil to have a chance. Probably this little guy right here probably not coming back, but hope for the best. So Charlie's tent was positioned somewhere around in here. It was I think it was kind of squared up to this column, but this column isn't completely centered, I feel like, to the entire tunnel, at least given that that area over there is water runoff. So anyway, the tent was somewhere right around in here. Okay, and so if you...
It was kind of to the left. Oh, this is very long. Oh, okay. But it's kind of to the left there.
Yeah. I mean, I understood that. But when you're standing in front of it, you already feel a little off-centered, I guess you'd say, because the column is not centered to the overall thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, regardless, the tent was right in that area.
That area over there is water runoff. So anyway, the tent was somewhere right around in here. Okay, and so if you go up, that's the Hall of Flags, and they had this area entirely blocked off basically to that weather vane, maybe a little bit further, and then around in there. And if you look this way, the Losi Center rooftop is right up there. It's the third rooftop story, I guess you could say. So, and don't worry, if you're able to see, let's see if I can zoom in a little, oops. I don't have a ton of zoom, but that may help a little bit. If you're able to see that ladder that's on the second floor or leading up to the second roof, that is a fire escape, and that's not like related to the case. But in theory, that is a straight shot to the tent. But as I mentioned, it would also be a straight shot over the Hall of Flags and into the pond. And you've got not one, but two ponds. I feel like that would be a safe place to send a bullet if that actually happened. So, this apparently is the Charlie Kirk Memorial. No reference to him whatsoever, but a whole bunch of pots of plants. I mean, I don't know. Could they do more? What do you think? All right, so that day, I would venture.
I'll pause it for a second. Jordan, we don't have to play this whole thing if you don't want to. We can move right along. It's just, and I can go over, this whole video in a separate stream or something like that. But I wanted to at least kind of set the stage for folks as we're walking in and start to imagine, the scene that you've seen a lot, so many times over the last 10 months.
Does that show when I move my mouse over it?
No.
I don't know what that shows. I don't know. Does it just stay in that area, or?
I don't see your mouse. I don't see your mouse.
Okay. Okay. Let's just scrub forward a little bit and see.
They have all had the same sentiment. There would be a clear line.
That's
right
the
there.
Sorensen roof.
Some folks have also suspected that maybe it came from the Woodbury building, which is that building, but like a little further back. So say from that rooftop, I know it's going to be hard to see it, but somewhere right around in there. As I'm standing here, let's see, maybe you can see it a little more, but as I'm standing here, that again has a pretty solid line of sight. It's just hard to know if one was laying on that roof, what they're in. So maybe somewhere around in there. What do you think? And it is an open carry state.
Sorry, in
And,
that case, Jordan, just
early-
a moment ago, I know you discussed the George Zen location. So I don't know if you want to rewind it just a little bit, because I go and stand on those blocks, I think.
Do you want to find it? Go ahead. You take the control.
Okay.
Place for someone who is elderly. He is in his 70s.
Let's see her rewind a little bit more.
So maybe somewhere around in there. Not exactly the safest place. Whoops. Not exactly the safest place for someone who is elderly. He is in his 70s. and he did end up in the water. So there's that. So I don't know. I mean, that seems like an odd selection for someone in their 70s. What do you think? UVU police officer, you wouldn't have summer school going on. So ticketing after, I mean, no check. We don't know a whole lot about it. I don't think anyone has heard exactly whose holster it was, who had a gun here, and from this side. But we do know that there were several guns that were kind of seen in the crowd, and it is an open carry state. And earlier this week, a UVU police officer confirmed that one can carry guns on campus. So let's take a look up here.
And it's very interesting
above the Hall of Fame
that, you know, just how much more compact the area is when you're there in person. From all of the videos that we've seen and whatnot, like it just feels like it would be much more expansive, but in real life, it's quite compact. And I think that may be why so many people said they were 30 feet away, 20, 30 feet away from Charlie, because it is an interesting space because you feel like you're a lot closer to the action.
Whoops.
Now, according to the photos that we've seen, videos we've seen, this whole area was jam-packed with people on this side and on that side. I've speculated or wondered if like professors gave some incentive to their students to attend this event because it was so packed, and to think that that many people didn't have class and opted to spend their middle of their day at this event. And like, I wonder, and the fact that they weren't anticipating this many people from above.
There we go.
Supposedly was where they started to have the police tape up to prevent people from being above Charlie's tent. Supposedly the reason for that was that they were concerned about people throwing rocks onto Charlie from above. Okay. I don't see any rocks here. Haven't seen any rocks here. There are planters that clearly have irrigation. Although, based on how dry it is, I think they could use a little more water.
Was there anywhere nearby where you could have gotten rocks from and taken them up there?
There was a spot all the way over, so past this whole long stretch. I cannot remember off the top of my head what the name of that building is, but yeah, all the way down, perhaps. But folks that I talked to on campus assured me that they have, now, I mean, granted, this is what one person is telling me, but that their LGBTQ plus and even like anarchist kind of community has very like firm internal rules about anti-violence. And like that was something that this person expressed to me adamantly. So I don't know. I mean, they didn't think that the whole idea of rocks getting thrown onto Charlie was legit. And I would say even just looking at the signs that we could see that day from like the Life is Driving video or some of the other photos, like they were pretty weak signs, to be honest. You know, they weren't very creative. Like they looked like somebody just had a pin in their car or in their room and like made it at the very last minute. They didn't look like serious protesters. So just my 2 cents.
So when they were going to UVU, they decided to make a sign, and they stopped at Home Depot. They got a poster, they got a Sharpie, and that was basically it.
I mean, maybe CVS or something. I don't know. Walgreens, like, if that.
Those are freshly planted, by the way. So all of this is blocked off. There's no one on this rooftop above the Hall of Flags, or a walkway. I want you to see perhaps why. Because if you're anywhere in here, in the area that was blocked off, and you're looking up, you would easily be able to see the 3rd floor roof of the Losi Center. Easily.
So when Tyler Robinson or the suspect or whoever it is walking or running into that position, you're going to notice that out of the corner of your eye, right?
Well, if you would be standing in the area that was ultimately blocked off, yes, you would see it. But I believe that it was strategically blocked off to prevent visibility of that area.
Right.
And whether that is
Easily.
because someone was actually on the roof or that someone was not on the roof. Either way, students, spectators, etc., were not able to see that spot.
And so I believe that's why they had this whole area blocked off. I believe that's why they had this whole area blocked off, because they knew that someone would have a line of sight to see someone up there on top of the Losi Center roof, and could have sounded the alarm if there actually was someone up there. Now, I want to show you again as we walk over here. All of this was blocked off, and I think somewhere around in here, I'll verify on the video, but I think somewhere around in here past the weather vane was where they then allowed students to be. Well, look, you cannot see on top of the Losi Center roof from this spot. It's important. One other thing to note, and I'm probably not going to go down there right now, but I did shoot some other video photos. The Hall of Flags, again, that I'm standing on right now, that sort of stretch hallway that was over Charlie's tent, it had at the time, I guess you would say it was wrapped. Those windows, excuse me, were wrapped. So they had these sort of a UVU student like motif going on. Well, after the event, for some reason, they removed it. And I have to wonder if that was because they needed for there to be lower visibility on the Hall of Flags walkway windows. Because again, in theory, someone who was inside there would have been able to potentially spot a figure moving or getting into position on the roof.
So those things they put over the windows were there for how long?
I don't know. I'm going to have to put in a records request for that, but they were removed, sometime after. It's my understanding shortly after.
Shortly after.
This is the area where in one of the videos, you're able to see Phil Lyman and his assistant standing and talking. They're interviewing Jeb Jacoby, and it almost seems like they are prepping him. This is after the event, but that's just what it seems like. A lot of people have speculated that, and it seems very odd because she goes 3, 2, 1 and then has him start. I mean, it's just not normal. And then in here is where you see a little later on in the Life is Driving video, you see Adam walks in, and he kind of comes upon these TPUSA UVU chapter students, and he walks straight up to Jeb, and Jeb's like ready to tell him what he saw. And then this other guy, Cooper Brown, who doesn't go to UVU, kind of comes up to him and stops him, and it's almost like, there we go. So Cooper Brown comes up to him and stops him, and it's almost like they're about to fight. And then Adam just like walks away. I think that feels really odd. I've always felt that it seemed staged for the drama. Okay? This is a beautiful campus. It's very interesting. I hope you're able to hear me over the loud water fountain. We did look back at video and determined that the water fountain was not running on September 10th. So I wanted to make sure that I let you know that. Now, as I mentioned, this is very architecturally interesting. And I'm sure that the students, when they're moving from class to class, have to be strategic about how they get there. Because they're...
By the way, that was the little, as Phil Lyman called it, breezeway, that he said that he was walking into, heard a shot, and then turned around and walked out. I always forget what the proper name is. I know some of y'all have reminded me, but I know it's not breezeway. You know what I'm talking about, Jordan, when you have two sets of double doors? Okay, we'll keep going.
Are multiple levels, and you have to kind of weave in and out of different buildings. But at the time, there were people in here having lunch. This is like a dining hall, so a pretty busy spot. But interestingly,
Vestibule?
Yes, that's it.
it didn't seem like people inside the dining hall were super distraught. Maybe because they didn't hear the sound. And then also worth noting, this is the
There we go.
little
That's where it is.
double door
On the
way that Phil
second
Lyman
floor.
had mentioned that he was walking into, and then heard the shot, and then turned around and walked out to this spot. So, wanted to make note of that for anyone interested in that side of the story.
And that's
Okay.
that video.
Yep, and that's that video. And then I started a second video, but I think I needed a breather because that was a lot of walking and talking in an elevated area. I'm not used to that. So, but yeah, I hope that was helpful, you guys, just to get your bearings.
Oh, this is the one your mom took, I think.
And we'll say, yes, there's a lot more of all that to come.
Oh, this one's fun. Let me turn audio back on. Play audio and unmute. I don't think I've showed this video before. This is my version of Terrell Farnsworth's video.
Oh, yes, this is good.
Oh my God, they just killed Charlie. There we go. Oh my God, they just killed Charlie. There we go. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. I keep getting confused. Like I put my mouse over StreamYard and expect it to work, but it doesn't work. I have to put it over Blender. Oh my God. Here we go. Now I would like to make this bigger. Aha. Oh my God, they just killed Charlie. There we go. All right, there you go.
That is just pure gold. And while we're running through things and you're queuing up the next thing, for Ruby, so there were not a lot of students on campus, like hardly at all. Hardly at all. The most folks that I saw the entire time was on Friday night at this memorial, and there was somewhere between 40 and 50 people there. But most nights or days when I went to the campus and, especially went over to the courtyard, I was there by myself. I mean, I took this footage over a number of days. That video obviously was an all-in-one take, but it's just I was not expecting it to be so quiet, so sleepy, but it felt like I had the whole place to myself. So I went with it.
Yeah, that was my experience as well. Basically, nobody there. And it's like I said, and I don't know if I told it to you privately or in a live stream somewhere, but it felt like you were at a museum, but you were allowed to climb over all the displays and touch whatever you wanted, and no one was going to stop you.
Yeah, it was like after hours at the museum or something.
Night at the museum.
Yeah.
No?
Yes, night at the museum. But I'm saying it was like an after hours experience at the museum. Yeah.
Hold up. You don't get that reference?
I know the reference, night at the museum. I understand the reference. I just didn't. Yes, buddy.
I'm Larry Daly. I've got a...
This is the kid who wants to be the fun, aren't you, Dexter?
Night at the museum?
Yes, I know Night at the Museum. And I've volunteered. I've done lots of volunteering, hosting nights at the museum for kids in Houston as well.
Well, like recreations of that?
No, they get to actually, I guess in a way, they get to come and hang out at the museum like all night long and do sleepovers at the museum.
Cool. But none of the dinosaurs come to life.
I guess it depends how much fun you're having.
Here is a look at the weather vane. I guess that's what you call this thing. Davis. Okay, you guys
Oh, this one's good too.
perspective on this area under the tunnel. And then
It's echoing now, though, Jordan.
Is it really?
area. Had a request for that. We'll measure it in just a moment. But I think there's really not a way that somebody could like jump onto that thing. And I don't know that if someone was down in the water, even though the water is not very high right here, it's like barely trickling. I think this area right here is kind of a high spot compared to down there. Anyway, I don't know how you would jump up there, but what you could do is come out from that door right there. In fact, earlier when I first got here, I did see someone who looked like a professor walking out of that door. Or you could, I guess, come over here, run around, somehow hoist yourself up onto this. I mean, this is almost as high maybe as the area over there where Terrell Farnsworth filmed his selfie video. So you'd really have to do some maneuvering. I would say the most likely scenario would be someone running out of that door, or there's a door all the way over there. That's most likely, in my opinion, just being realistic here on the site.
Yeah, Ruby Farnsworth was on the other side, and I don't know if I had sent it to Jordan today, but I definitely have photos of that area closer up, and I took a measurement as well. I mean, it's a pretty good ways up there, but I think he's there. You go. I think he is a taller guy. That's why this map is coming in so handy, Jordan. Oh, you're muted.
I was able to get up there very easily, though.
Well, but okay, you are 6 what?
1, 2, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, for me being 5'8", it was, it wasn't something I was going to try to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how tall Tyler or Terrell Farnsworth is, but yeah, it was pretty easy for me, just for that context. And we have this photo. I've really got to remember to move my mouse into the actual Blender screen and not into the StreamYard. We also have this photo. We have a wider shot and another wider shot. And I don't know what that one was supposed to be. I think I messed one of those up.
There were a lot of requests for, photos of that quote unquote tunnel area, but the area underneath the Hall of Flags. So I tried to just take some different angles.
Now, people might complain that when I show this right here, it's like, wow, I'm sure you guys have a good JPEG of that, but in the stream, it's kind of crappy. Maybe we can, or maybe you can arrange a way for people to be able to access the actual images instead of through the crappy stream here, perhaps. Or maybe later talk about that. But that will probably be a complaint if people have really specific requests. And we have this image and this image and oh, the security camera. Did you figure out what exact security cameras these are? Or what the brand is?
I think it's Axis or it's something we've talked about. I'm not looking at it right now, but Axis or Axiom, something like the Axis, I think.
Yeah. I didn't get the best photo of it. I wish I did.
Oh gosh, I've got a ton of photos of the cameras, so it's been like I feel like I'm still recovering. I mean, those days were, I don't know, like easily 12, but more like 50, well, probably easily 15 probably hour days, because I was usually at the campus until 9 o'clock.
Yeah. And
you didn't even know how late I was there sometimes.
Yeah.
I knew you would fuss at me.
No. Well, I did in the live stream.
Well, because you were worried about my safety. I know. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's night in some of these. But all right. We have this one. But yeah, you shouldn't be out there. I was most concerned when it was the live stream, because you're broadcasting your location to everybody. That's when I was most concerned. But when you were there,
and I definitely had someone there who was ready because he knew that the live stream was coming that night.
Yeah, and that was concerning because some things happened afterwards, if I know who you're talking about. And that's what we didn't want. You have that photo. You have another photo. And we have another photo. We have all kinds of photos of this area. Or you have all kinds of photos of this area. This is another.
So yeah, if anyone has any questions about that area, I hopefully have a photo to assist.
We got some very close-up photos, or you got some very close-up photos of this area, which some people were asking about because some people thought there were maybe some repairs made to this because there was talk about there being leaks over here. So thank you for that.
Of course, I noticed in that case. So if you zoom out a bit, is either that one or yeah. Okay, so on that one, and granted, you guys, I was taking this photo while the memorial service was going on. I mean, I was just putting it all out there, taking one for the team. Okay, being a weirdo. But so the pipe in the middle that had really strong flow, and then the one on the bottom had like weak flow. The one on the far left, the one on the far left, I don't think I saw much of anything coming out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see that it looks like stained, so obviously it has, had drainage, but I did not see it, I don't think, draining in that moment. With the, without going up and doing really, really weird close inspection in front of like 40 or 50 people.
Did it look like there were repairs made to the area? I don't think it does.
No.
Like no fresh cement or anything?
No. I mean, I would think in order to get to that pipe and, fully replace it or something, they would really have to do some work to the concrete surrounding it.
Yeah.
And given how extensive the staining is, it does not look fresh to me.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. We have this photo of this distance here. It says 10 feet. So it's saying the width of that.
Oh, thank you, Jordan Lot 6. It was good to see you at UVU, Keli. Keli totally rocks. Thank you so much for that, Jordan. We appreciate it. It was great to meet you too. You're going to be our eyes and ears on the ground.
So it looks like the width of this little river here is 10 feet, according to that. And there it is again. Oh, this is the view through the Hall of Flags with one of the banners up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So actually, if you can zoom in, I think that would be super helpful. It's technically not, the banner is not up. This is residue left from, the banner, right? And so someone did not do a very good job removing it. So imagine what it was like with that adhesive plus color on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, was this what all of the windows looked like, or just some of them?
Just some. There was probably about 3 or 4 windows that had, a decent amount of residue still left on them. And it was right in the middle-ish area. I mean, I'm surprised that they haven't put someone with some Goo Gone or whatever back up there and worked on that. But
yeah, that should be pretty easy to fix if you have the right tools and the right chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak from experience there. That is what I do sometimes in my job, my real job. So I guess, was this from the Hall of Flags or from, I feel like this is too high to be from the ground. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's from the walkway in Hall of Flags. Probably from a one of the windows that didn't have the residue.
We have that one. And it looks like there's some cracking on this, and this is going to be 14 feet, which is, I guess, the distance between here and here, I suppose.
If you zoom out a bit, let's see.
I think this is where new part juts out into.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's going to also include the grass area. I was trying to take into account, I think, if I look back through my sort of order of events, I think it includes, let's see, hold on. I'll look back at my order of events here, and then that'll tell me what I was doing.
What is your order of events?
The photos that I was taking, then it'll make more sense in the context.
Gotcha. I was like, is this like a super secret document or?
No, it's just that it will make more sense in the context of the photos that I was taking.
All right, here's another one. It says 7'11". And
so in that case, I was trying to measure about the amount of the distance between where the concrete stopped and where the grass seemed to be yellowed. But I was able to later debunk that once my mom had weighed in, because she too had not only noticed that when she was there 6 weeks before, that the grass was discolored in areas, it was actually discolored far worse. And she asked someone in maintenance about this, and they said it was because someone had improperly put down, I think it was fertilizer, and basically fried the grass. And when you look at those photos, you can tell very clearly, like, that's what it is, because it's like literally squiggles.
mm-hmm. Any updates on the New York Times article and Erica Kirk hating you?
No. And I mean, I don't want to elaborate on what the reporter, had said anymore when they discussed that with me after speaking with her, but she was not happy. Not happy about the concept.
I mean, shouldn't she be though?
I mean, not if she's literally trying to run an op.
But if it's okay, if she's as innocent as she says she is, she should be overjoyed that maybe he's still alive.
Yeah, I think she said, I mean, one of the things that was conveyed to me was something like, oh, that's news to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure it was a little more dramatic, given who it was coming from. Let's be honest.
As it always is. We also have this photo. Is this the correct location, though? I think that's the right location.
So this photo is from where the UVU review was shooting its footage.
Mm-hmm. I think that's.
I can't tell where you're at on the map though right now.
It's right here.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see that. Could you zoom out? Okay, now show your mouse.
Can you not?
Okay. Oh, yeah. I couldn't see it for a minute.
Be on a very small screen.
Yes, I know. I don't have big screens like you, Jordan. Not only are my eyes old, but they're also trying to work with a small little screen.
I've been asking you to go get a monitor for like every day since you've been home.
I got to work on it. I've been busy, saving up for my Utah trip.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I think that's where it is. There are kind of two triangular sort of points in there. So anyway, if that may have been one of the two of them.
So this one, I think this one was for Trillion on X, who does a lot of spaces.
Yep.
Did it look like there was a spot to stash an automatic machine gun?
No.
Yeah. I don't think
no,
so.
The water comes almost flush up to the concrete block.
Yeah.
Steps.
I don't really understand this theory.
I mean, yeah. And then if it did get wet, wouldn't that mess up the gun?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. But, okay, I should add this. and I think I mentioned it in that video, but in case folks did not hear, the fountain was off on that day, so it was not running. I don't know if that would cause it to be any lower at all, but it was not running.
We have some super close-up photos of the weather station for anyone interested in that.
And they have multiple weather stations there, from what I could tell.
Yeah, we're going to get into the one that we couldn't tell if it was a antenna or a weather station later. And oop. And oop. Yeah, they definitely like their weather stations. And I think that's most of the stuff in this area. Oh, were you able to get anything from over here?
Yeah, I didn't, but it is fully like there is no sneak between. It's a full-blown building all the way through.
Yeah, and this is the shot that I took from the other side. And if you're wondering who took one of these photos, you can look down here and it says by JH, that's me. And this is just the label right there.
But with this, given like, can you tell me more about what you're asking for or what your question is? I mean, I can still try to, or our friend in the chat, Jordan Lott, could maybe go try to grab a picture for you if there's something
Well,
that
the
you
idea
have a pending question on.
The idea was if there's enough of a gap right here, which there does appear to be, someone could have a sniper right there just hanging out because there's daylight right there. So maybe somebody's right there and they have a line of sight to Charlie. So the idea was if
Wait, on the roof?
I guess, I don't know. That's why I was asking for some kind of better, clearer footage from over here so we can see more clearly exactly what this structure here is that you would have to stand on. So you would have to climb up here somehow.
Oh,
And
yeah. You
somehow
thought I was
figure
gonna
out.
do that. You thought I was gonna do that, Jordan. Come on now.
I had asked if you could just stand right here and take a photo, but it's okay. We got a lot of other stuff for a lot of other people too. So we can also move forward into, oh, this is my video. Very short video of the Sorensen Center
Sorensen.
loading dock. Sorensen, yeah. And we can go into the Tyler Robinson stuff later, but this is where one of those is. And the yellow ones mean it's evidence from the case. And this is one of those. But we're going to stay down in campus for now and walk up the stairs. I guess somebody's sleeping right here. It's not a bad spot to sleep.
No, what I think I took that photo because for one, I wanted people to kind of understand, is the right word, topography of the space, that there are a lot of like major elevations. There's a lot of elevation changes on campus.
Yeah,
and
that's why
it's hard to convey that from a flat map and even from just a standing there and taking a picture forward. And so I, for one, wanted to show like, man, look at that. You know, there's a really intense incline or decline there, however you want to look at it. But also, I think that's like reflective of the campus culture, because I watched that guy as I was walking down the steps, literally just walk out of a building and plop, you know, take a seat and plop back and just relax. I mean, the weather was wonderful in the evenings. And so, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, that was why I got confused during the live stream that I was producing. I was like, you were walking this way trying to go to Losi, and it's like, wait a second, I thought you have to go down into the grass to get up there. Or do you have to go over here, or is this too high and you have to go down somehow, or is this level, or do you have to go down here to get over here? I couldn't remember. And you were going this way, and I'm like, stop, stop, stop. Where are you going? You have to go down. But you ended up being right. But yes, it is very confusing topology.
Yeah, it's you have to be able to just see it to get it in a way. And then when it comes to access on what would be the second floor or the first floor or even the third floor, it takes some getting used to and figuring out, which route is best. And that's one of the reasons why I think if in fact, Tyler was there and, got on top of the roof, whatever, I really struggle with thinking that he could figure all of that out in, I don't know, like an hour or something that maybe he spent on campus, but in a brief amount of time. He had to have been there probably multiple times before, but at least once before, and likely was having someone give him some tips.
So I'm going to offer a little bit of pushback there, because what I can do and what Tyler Robinson could do is, as long as he knows that Charlie's going to be in a specific spot.
But they didn't release that until the night before.
Yeah, but like you can do exactly what we've done for the most part, just from Google Maps. Because when we do this in Google Maps online to find out what the shot was, you can do that in here as well. So here we go. Like you can see that you have a shot in here. So Tyler Robinson could have used the exact same tools that we use before. See how that lines up? And this is something Tyler Robinson would have had access to. And he can also see that, okay, this is a walkway, and it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to stop me from getting over there.
Wait. Hold on. Zoom in like that again.
So you see that you have a shot right here. Then you can zoom back and see that this is a walkway. And there's a staircase.
But wait. So this says imagery date 6/5 of 2026.
Yeah, but
are you able to go backwards in time?
I don't know if they have
like how they have on Google Street View the ability to go back in time.
Yeah, but I don't know if this imagery, if they update, like if they keep the older versions of this. I know that they like the 3D building stuff doesn't have the history, but they've had 3D buildings for like eons.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that he wouldn't.
Oh wait! Whoa! It just showed 5 of 26. Whatever you just did a second ago.
Yeah, I don't think they keep the history for.
Well, you
3D.
don't know. You don't know that. Then now
they
this
had
says
imagery.
Hold on, imagery date 2/4 of 26.
They had 3D buildings when I was in middle school.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying that based on that imagery date, it's showing. Okay, so maybe it takes. Wait. Oh! Now you moved it forward. Okay.
They don't store the 3D building data across time.
Okay. I mean,
but like
good.
They would have.
Should.
But yeah. So I'm just saying that you don't need to go to the campus to figure this out. You can figure it out like right here. Like you can see, like walk
I'm
in
gonna
here.
say like potentially, because I don't know that definitively on the 3D aspect, because I know that Google Street View, does maintain that historically. I understand that the 3D modeling would cause, or would consume far more data, all of that. But I mean, we are talking about Google here.
Yeah, I don't think that Tyler Robinson needed to scope this out in person, but that's just my 2 cents there.
I see. I'm going to disagree again, being that, like, we have viewed countless amounts of footage for, our, I don't know, thousands of hours at this point. And Blake, Diligent, I mean, especially the guys who I've talked to are like, now where do I go? I mean, I heard, Brandy and Teresa, they had such a hard time trying to navigate on campus to get to where we, were one evening. It's like, not everybody has a great sense of direction just because you see something online. So,
Yeah, but if I were planning a mission, there would be no problem. But anyway. Yeah, okay, this one's important. It's like if I'm planning a mission, like you just sit down for 2 hours and figure out every single move you're going to make. Not that he did that, because he had a lot of wasted movement, but if you're planning a mission, like every single place you're going to walk for months in advance, probably. So this one is 3'5" according to the Measure app. This railing here. I think this one is right below that. Is that correct?
it's not right below, it's not exactly right below there, but it is in the low C center. Oh, well, yeah, I guess I would say, yeah, that's pretty much right below. I was thinking that was one that is a little more forward, but you're probably right. It is just about right below.
I think the staircase is over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I shot a couple of different angles, thinking maybe, I'd catch one that said something different. But I'm curious to see exactly when they planned this HVAC work, because, it's convenient that the third and fourth floors are closed.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
The third and fourth floors of the Losi Center are closed, and I'd like to know exactly when that HVAC work was planned.
Mm-hmm. I think this is my photo here. Yeah, that's my photo. But this is the little wall right there that he would have hopped over, or that somebody would have hopped over. And then this one is yours, and it says that this is 3'1". And I wonder.
I mean, it's probably 3 feet, given it's hard when you're not able to get very close and you're going from awkward angles trying to get these measurements, but I think they're approximate.
Did you ever try calibrating it or just testing it with a tape measure?
No, no. I mean, I wasn't
Okay.
able to lean over past the fencing.
No. I mean, did you ever test it to see if the Measure app actually works?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've used the Measure app for years. I use it at my house all the time.
But when you were there, did you have a tape measure and measure out?
No, I did not. I did not, Jordan. Did you
Oh,
measure anything when you were there?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
You
just
said my
checking.
name that time. I know you're getting grumpy now. So this is, especially in texts, if you do that, I know you're grumpy. So this is taken from inside the computer science building, right?
Yes, that's inside computer science building.
So if they had security cameras inside of there, maybe they would have seen stuff.
Well, and I don't know about how many they have inside, but I know they have some exterior.
Yes, and we're going to get to those. This is a cool staircase.
That was a warning from the entire chat.
This is a cool staircase, though.
Mm-hmm. That's why I took a photo of it. It was remarkable. There was one door. I mean, I didn't test all the doors, of course, but there was one door that yeah, it was open, and it just was like, man, this is awesome. Let me check this out. There were a couple of office doors that seemed that there were people, maybe professors or something, still in there working. And so I was glad to get to go check it out. I didn't get to chat with anyone there, though.
Yeah. And we have these. No, I did not.
Yeah, I haven't tried sending those to the other folks that were potentially looking at that. I don't know if they were or not. Because, you know, sometimes people just put up a random photo and say, I'm not saying that was in this case, but sometimes people just put up a random photo and will say, like, what do you think this is? And so I never know if it's like what they're really looking for, but I went ahead and took pictures.
Who, Kelly and I?
I mean, what was it, like 40 something hours of streaming last week, Jordan? It was a world record.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have a bunch of other stuff from this area, but I could not figure out. Well, I couldn't immediately figure out where some of that stuff was. So I think we can go into that now. We do have this video, which is from this area, which is interesting. But that's evidence that has the yellow tag. But I don't know how interesting that is right now.
So I can tell you.
Oh, we have these.
Okay. And I have not loaded in my video yet. I could do that. But actually, because it's video, it's going to take a longer amount of time for it to process, probably. Oh, well, actually, I could probably do that from my phone, as you said. Anyway, so I do the walk from this house exactly and walk toward campus.
Mm-hmm. And what is this house?
Oh, now you're at a different house.
This is a different house?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I thought you were at the right place earlier for the camera video, the evidence video.
Is this house?
No. We were just speaking about the one that's a little for the evidence video. That's my video.
House?
Can we come back to that? You were just talking about the yellow dot.
Oh, the yellow dot. Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. So I parked there and I walked toward campus.
Mm-hmm.
The audience is totally like, you guys are so funny. They love the dynamic. Look, if we're not real, then I mean, you wouldn't trust us, right? So at least that. Okay, go back to the yellow dot. So I do have video making this same walk. And what I can tell you about this house is that if you zoom in a tad bit, it's on the corner. No, zoom into your map. Okay. The dot is kind of covering the
Are you guys on a live?
Yes, we're on a live. You should have a shirt on.
Why is Jordan dressed like that?
Because he looks so nice, doesn't he? Doesn't he?
No.
Okay, Brock, that's enough. All right, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Say bye. Okay, bye. Anyway, okay, so there is a half circle drive. Brock, you gotta go. You gotta go. Half circle drive there, and it's quite I don't know, it's memorable, right? And so on that house, they have at least 3 of these Wise cameras. Thank you, Brock. Go, 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 go. 3 of these Wise cameras, and they are like stuck up in the windows of the house, and then one that's right by the front door as well. And then there may be a doorbell camera in addition to that. It's just kind of interesting that they've got that many cameras like on the front of a house, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they've had a lot of incidents there, but it's different, especially given, I mean, you have to like walk these neighborhoods again to kind of understand the context, but I never saw anybody who had that many visible cameras. So I don't know if they've had a bunch of incidents there or whatever, but
I've had to rip them off of houses before. I've seen it before.
well, okay, I can tell you the other house that I've seen that amount of cameras is Lance Twig's house, but that's a different story for a different day.
No, but I've like as in property maintenance, I've gone up to houses, had to do a turn, and found just like basically Christmas tree lights of cameras that I have to rip off the house. So I've seen it before. It doesn't surprise me.
These cameras are like stick in the window kind. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I'm just sharing an anecdote that most people wouldn't know about from having been there.
All right. So, okay, you walked from this house, from here. I don't know if you can see my mouse in your tiny screen all the way down here, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But is that the path that Tyler took when he was going to take the shot? Or
I don't think we
allegedly?
really know yet.
I
I've
was thinking,
been asking folks to help me with that, but it's been really hard to get a clear direction because
well,
there's also security footage of the next street over, which I went back to refilm as well.
hold on. I sent you the photo when you were still there. I remember that really nice map, and I showed you where he parked.
Yeah, that was from October.
Yeah, and that was a really good map.
But it doesn't make sense practically, and
Why
it didn't.
not?
I don't want to debate all this on the stream right now.
But I sent you the
Jordan.
map.
Jordan, there's a reason that I don't want to debate all this on the stream right now.
Okay. Well, I thought that okay.
We discussed that map from Mel, and you know, I've talked to Mel about the map too. So, like I said, I don't really want to discuss that on the stream right now.
Okay. So, whoops, what happened?
Y'all, one of these days.
All right. So, we forgot this area. So this is the height of the total Lozy, 15'6".
So about 15 and a half. Jordan is convinced that he could stick the landing. I don't know. Handle the jump off the roof.
Well, when I was there, I was not, and this is another thing we've been debating. So I don't know if we want to get into that, but I think that I could jump it, yeah. But I need to find. No, I don't. I'm just not paying attention. From here to here is 411. And these are the 2 white spots. More of the 2 white spots.
They
that we
appear to be evidence markers. And so we would assume maybe that was from the tip of his shoes hitting the wall or knees or something.
Okay. Okay. Or 11 right there. And what is this one? Oh.
Okay, so here is a little closer look.
It's echoing.
For one, there's that camera right there. Again, this is the computer science building. And that looks like a door to access the balcony. And then I think there's also one up there too. It's just a little hard to see. But I was not able to get to that area because I think it's in classrooms that are locked.
You guys, we should fly Jordan out just to do the jump. What do you think? Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Let's go into the stuff that I couldn't locate.
Okay. Oh, you've already got a taker.
I've heard it before from you know who.
Yeah, well, okay. These are people in our chat, okay? So I think they're legit.
I don't know why I couldn't locate this one. I think I could have. Oh no, I need to go
There
into
we
the
go.
other.
Tammy put the GoFundMe up. If you get funded, Jordan, you got to do it.
I'm gonna put these up here. I don't know. I have no idea where this is. Not sure where this one is.
The jump plus the Keli tree scramble. Oh, I've got to tell you guys. So another person who I met with there did mention to me that oh gosh, I forgot the name again. Jordan, we talked about this. Oh gosh, what do you call it when they like jump onto sides of buildings and racks and all this stuff? Oh my gosh. I thought of it.
Parkour.
Parkour. Thank you. I'm like, okay, parkour. You win. And so anyway, they said they do a lot of parkour and there's another name for it too. It's like free something. Anyway, they said they would not have made that jump. And if they would have rolled versus trying to land. Because that's just like, given that it's a lot. I mean, he was like supposedly wearing the Converse or whatever. It's not like he was even wearing supportive shoes. So anyway, if you have that much at stake and you risk like rolling an ankle, twisting your knee, whatever, hurting yourself, then you're really going to be screwed.
Yeah, that's true. So these photos here.
Freebasing. Thank you. Oops. Freebasing. Yeah, that's the other word I was looking for. AI. That's the other one.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, I just took a close-up shot of the rocks because I just thought it would be interesting for people to see, the terrain on that's not the gravel, the look of the gravel that's all the way to the edge. But
Keli,
yeah,
where is this?
on Losi.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
That's all.
Okay. And this one
is on Losi. And that is the gravel, the finer, dark gravel that they say, was disturbed where someone allegedly took the shot.
And is this looking in the direction of the courtyard or?
Mm-hmm. And so
everything?
even from that photo, I think you can see that you've got like a far better look at water than you do at, at the courtyard. Yeah.
So the courtyard is like down here.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. And now this stuff says LC 3rd and 4th levels closed for major HVAC upgrades April 1 through August 17, 26. Construction area, unauthorized personnel keep out. Okay, those are the first 3 that I couldn't locate. And now, oops. Maybe I can, you know what? I think there's a better way to do this. Maybe we do this and put it in carousel mode. Aha! There we go. This is better. So what are we looking at here?
I think that is the, oh gosh, I said it earlier. No, I can't remember the name of the building. Is it something with a
Woodbury?
W? Woodbury. Yep, the Woodbury building. Doable but painful. That's good insight.
Okay, so this is the Woodbury building. How do I go to the next one? Can I go to the next one? Okay. And this is the Woodbury building. Oh, I think I know where this one is. This is like in between Losey and the courtyard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that. Anything interesting in this one?
No, just trying to take different angles for people in case it's helpful.
I think it's very helpful. Thank you, Kelly.
Of course.
How do I advance this? Oh, there we go. So now we have this conduit system.
So this was this was kind of from above where the UVU review was. I just didn't know if there by chance were any spots where a camera would have been previously and had been taken down or something.
Why does it disappear when I click on it? I would like to zoom in, please. Oh. It will not let me zoom in.
Is it because of the mode that you're in?
Maybe. Oh, it won't let me do it. Come on, man. Here we go. And now maybe I can zoom in. Oh, now it will let me pan. Okay. So we have some cut wires. We have blue, we have a couple reds, oranges, a green, and a black common maybe. This kind of looks like maybe one of those photo cells. So this was probably a light, I would think. Because this is a photo cell that would tell it to turn on and off at night. I think.
That's what I would could think. It be, I don't know. It just caught my eye. And so, especially because there were cut wires and I really didn't see any security cameras in the courtyard. And that was surprising to me. And so, so I took a photo of that because I thought, I wonder if they removed a camera. Whether it was removed before the event or after, I don't know,
So these wires here, I would imagine these are 3-phase main power, 120 volts across leg to ground. You would expect coax or Ethernet for a security camera. And that would not be consistent with these wires.
Okay.
It would be mainline voltage. So I would not expect this to be from a security camera. But there could be other wires in there at the same time, so we don't know. And this device down here also appears to be lighting. So I would think this is probably for lighting.
Okay.
Oh.
A better photo.
But yeah, I would guess lighting for these.
Got it.
We have some ripply water.
Well, that was trying to take a photo for, you said trillion, to understand how flush the water is with the concrete steps.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So this is in the courtyard.
Yes.
Where's this padlock?
That is under the Hall of Flags. And it was just a random padlock. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. I don't know what the purpose was.
Oh, this is that one big pipe coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think so.
And this, I think
that's
says
that kind of drainage area that people were wanting to know more about.
Mm-hmm.
That's just off of the courtyard.
And next. Oh, is this the door at the top of where the SUV was?
Yes. And potentially, Charlie went into that building to go to the restroom. I remember early on someone talking about that when Charlie first arrived, he went to the bathroom. Maybe someone in our chat will remember exactly who had said that, but I think, yeah, Jordan, I mean, we've talked about this in the past too. I believe that if he did need to like adjust some sort of apparatus or something like that, that would have been a prime time to do that before he officially went out and it was like game on, you know?
Yes. According to my demonstrations, that is when you would most likely do blood load. We already did this one. Oh, I know where the wait. I don't know where this is.
Oh, this photo is from across the street. I guess we didn't actually get to talk about those pictures. I'm sorry. But that's from across the street at that UVU building that was looks like an apartment or some sort of housing that's in the neighborhood that was purchased a few years ago. And it's
building?
now some sort of meditation, something kind of center. Yes. Yep. Oh, yep. Hold on.
Stopping. There we go. Sorry, I don't know what just happened, but this building.
Yes, that building. And so when we do take a look at my video as I'm walking through the neighborhood and walking sort of into and by this area, you'll get to see what appears to be the front of it more. But I mean, to me, it looks like an apartment, but it's not, I guess. Some sort of academic something, although I never saw anyone there.
And we have this video.
I just got to say, John from North Carolina got his hand up, about to drop some truth bombs in there. I think they're talking about a space with Blake Neff. Y'all don't forget where John got his star from, okay? Oh, goodness. Yes. So this video in particular, I am walking up these freshly paved staircase. Whoa.
don't know which. I think my software has a bug.
Okay. No worries. So in that video just a moment ago, I was walking up this staircase that is freshly paved. I need to get some information about exactly when it was completed and when the work was done on it. But my understanding was that it had not started as of September 10th, but I have to verify that through official records. With that said, there is another walkway adjacent, and it's more steep but windy and full of brush. And to me, I feel like that could have been, if someone needed to stash a weapon and for it to be really hidden, it would have been the perfect place.
Did you upload any of those?
No, but you just went past some things that we have not talked about yet, like a whole
I
bunch
know.
of
I'm
things.
looking for that one.
Well, it's a video, so I don't know. Oh, that one. Yep. So,
So where is that?
where's what?
This image.
Well, what is the date of your map?
This is 2026, I think. Where was that? Why
Right
can I not
in.
pull this up?
Whoa, 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 slow
Where did
down.
it go?
Huh?
Oh, it's Finder. Where is this?
Yeah, it's right in that area. And so, like I was saying, it's freshly paved and created.
Oh. So maybe this is not accurate anymore.
But what day?
Are you sure?
I don't think that they just did it as of like. Are you sure that that's on? I can't see it very well, even though I have my screen full. Can you see what date
Oh, on this?
on your map?
Doesn't say. But I don't see anywhere where that would be.
Well, that's why I'm telling you that it's new and that I'm trying to figure out the date of your map.
I don't know the date of this map.
Okay.
So where
Then-
was it here then?
Okay. I can't control your mouse, unfortunately, but near the go up a little bit, like, don't, okay. The edge of the roof on the left hand side. Yep. Right in there.
So there's a big ass staircase right there now.
Yes, there is.
Gotcha. Okay. That's why I was so confused. So I couldn't find that anywhere. Okay, so we have this brand new thing that I couldn't find because it's not on my map.
Right. And we don't know the date of your map. So that's why you probably couldn't find it. And yeah, it's brand new. But I don't know exactly what date they poured the concrete. So what is interesting is that just before this live, someone had told me that I should take a look at another creator on the FedSlop side and a map that they had made early on, or a video that they'd done early on. I didn't have time to watch the video, but I did look briefly at their map, and they have that area interestingly labeled as construction. So with that said, I definitely need to get more records to understand exactly when the stair construction started. But regardless, there is a path that one could, and I have a whole entire video about it, both me walking down it and walking up it, that just, I think is eye-opening.
Could probably pull the permits for it. So we have this photo. I couldn't find this on Google Maps. Maybe this is new as well.
That was just a photo that I had taken for reference as to where I was. I do think that it is like an area that supposedly, that some speculate that he drove by. but it's all in that same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the weather station or antenna
Yep.
on top of Losi Center, right?
No. This one is on top of, oh gosh,
Or the computer science building?
not that I don't think it's actually called the computer science building. I think it's called Gunther Technology, something like that.
See, this is why my map is so helpful.
Thank you, Kate Annie Clash, for the super. Godspeed, Kelly. Keep up the good work. Thank you very, very much.
So, was it on this building?
No, it was on the other one. To the left. Whoa. Can you go back to the computer science building, please? Okay. Is that, hold on, scroll up a little bit? Like you're super zoomed in, so I can't quite. I don't remember the big parking lot there. Hold on. Can you zoom out some? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm looking at this from I need to tilt my head all the way this way. Okay. There we go. Oh gosh. No, it's going to be like down. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that one. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So it's on, I don't know. I don't think it matters too much where exactly it was.
Okay. Right in there. Right in there. Well, you have a dot almost there.
I have a dot there?
Almost.
I don't think I have dots.
You got to scroll up. There. Is that not it?
Oh, right here?
Yeah. But
no, this was looking in the other direction.
Right. And so look right below where your mouse is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now go to the left. Right in there. You
Right
see
here?
those? Yeah. So either that, I think that it's the one that's above that. So you moved your mouse past it. You see? I think that it's something like right in there. But it's one of those two. Yeah, those are antennas.
Perfect. And we go back to Finder. And another antenna here.
Okay, that's the antenna on the computer science building, but the other one is going to be on the technology building. Yes. And so once you guys get to see my video from this, it's quite interesting because this is a place where someone could, if they went through a classroom, they could walk out onto this roof. Now, look, I'm not by any means an expert with this campus. I did not look at any maps beforehand to try to figure my way around. I was literally just trying to check things out and see what in theory made sense, especially for someone who is not familiar with the campus. If in fact he was not familiar with the campus, I think essentially that's what's been implied. And so anyway, I found my way to this room, and there's a window that I think that you could open. I just didn't have something that I could like use my finger to. Anyway, I just couldn't open it.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about, the metal thing that you wanted to put a quarter in or something?
Yeah, I just would have needed like something to help me. And I don't even know that hey, look, it could be that since September, whatever latch was there has been removed. I don't know. I don't know.
So we have a pretty interesting security camera. I can't zoom in, but a security camera right here.
Yes. So there's a quite large, security camera there that is about the size of the security camera that is sort of facing the parking lot, the one that I think that we've been getting the majority of that roof footage from. So I would like to know if this one is what people were seeing in the hearing, or if the imagery from this camera has not been shared yet. What does that look like?
Mm-hmm. And does it have a good? And it does have a good view of Losey, so maybe it has even better clarity.
So that's the window that I was mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then from the outside, okay, where Jordan's mouse is, you can see, oh, you moved it. The window, right? Straight up. There you go. Okay, so that window is what I was shooting out of a moment ago. And then you can also see that if one were to get out on the rooftop, then they could even use that ladder if they needed to climb up another level.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible for me to fully vet myself, what the vantage point would have been from that rooftop edge in either spot. I did the very best that I could, but I hope that's helpful.
Mm-hmm. And we have the 3D model from Gary to help us with that, even if we don't necessarily trust it. And this is a wider shot of that.
But I thought that even though, Jordan, like when we compared that, I mean, we don't need to do it right now, but when we compared that to views, that it didn't really match up with what I saw in person, like from these further back buildings.
I don't know. We can talk about it later. I don't know that I agree with that, but we can talk about it later. So this is the wider view of that same area.
That's from a different area. That's computer science building, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a photo there because there is a door that's on that left side. Any access, I tried to be able to find access to, get out there on those, when I was there, but whether it's classrooms or offices, something that led to the outside, it, must have been locked, or I just didn't find my way through the maze.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't figure out which field this was.
Oh, that's the soccer field.
Uh-huh.
We can talk about that, at a different time if you'd like. I can tell you're running out of steam over there.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the soccer field. So I just wanted to give that as an option. Oh, that looks, no, I can't tell because I just made the window smaller.
So these are storm drains?
Storm drains, but I think that they were with the ponds, I think.
Oh, the fountains?
Well, yeah, but I mean, leading into the ponds.
The ponds.
Mm-hmm. The two ponds that are...
These ones?
I can't see.
These ones?
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh. Where's the soccer field? Oh, is it right here?
It's it's hard for me to see.
Really? I'm gonna get you some better monitors. Okay. And another door.
So this is what some people like call the mystery door or the tiny door. It is in the, what do they call it? Fugal building, the administration building that is just off to the side of the courtyard. I would assume that I wasn't able to get onto that floor, I don't think, or determine exactly where that door, what office space or boardroom or whatever that door comes out of. So this is a shot from the exterior, but I think that there were probably, people there. Oh, that door. Yes, that door.
I don't know that I remember where this is exactly.
Yep, you can see it straight from the courtyard. And the Hall of Flags would connect to this building, but it would be off to, if from where
Off to
Charlie was
Charlie's
sitting,
right.
to his right.
Mm-hmm. And this is down in that fountain again. Or the runoff. This is a good shot. And the computer science building. And that's the last photo that I have here. So, anything else you want to share?
Okay, hold on. Oh, awesome. That would be great. I would love to learn more about it. I actually took a lot more, many more photos from inside that building because I was very intrigued by how, when you walk in, there is like a trophy case and it's full of all of these different photos and like signed footballs and other sort of, I don't know, memorabilia things. And I found it very interesting to see everyone from like Obama to George Bush, George W, to, I don't know, lots of different dignitaries pictured with this former governor of Utah in this trophy case. It's very, very interesting. So we can talk about that on another stream.
And that's the guy who owns Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, it was, like I said, I took some photos of it because I'm like, what? Like, this is interesting.
Okay, I don't feel irritable. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not irritable. But we have Desert Eagle says the white SUV is now making it obvious that whomever jumped off the Losi Center wasn't working alone. Oh yeah, that's the white SUV that seemed like it was maybe tracking the person who jumped off.
I mean, sorry, this is one of those times where I'm going to be like, I don't know why what's new about it now, because I feel like we've talked about it for a long time, but
yeah.
Everything kind of comes back around and maybe makes more sense later.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that a long time ago because Candace brought it up. Pop Tart Gen X says, Keli, did anyone cover the fact that they painted that ceiling when they paved the grass? Oh, the ceiling in the tunnel, I think is what they're talking about.
I think I've heard about that, but I don't know. It's something that I could request records about. I don't know if you can tell in any of my photos if it looks painted. I had heard that they, power washed it or something, but it didn't really look painted to me.
Yeah, nor to me. kind of hard to tell though, because concrete paint doesn't always look super obvious. Blade Break says, I live in St. George where the shooter is from. Uh-oh. Don't run into him. JR says,
why would you say that? So now you believe that Tyler is the shooter?
no. A lot of people think he is though, so
Do you always go along with the crowd?
no.
Okay.
It's someone who's suspected of some very serious crimes.
Does that mean that they did it?
Nope.
Okay.
JR says you would think TPOSA would want to be responsible for beautification. I don't know that they would be able to, because it's not their property. I think they're talking about the memorial.
Sure, but they could set aside a certain amount of money to, they could be doing more, in my opinion, to ensure that it was something better than what it is now. And I can also tell you from being there on Friday night, I asked a couple of little questions and was just trying to get some insight as to what the plans were. Could not get firm answers. And they just said, well, there's this committee and, they're thinking about doing some different things. Very, very vague. And, I'm like, well, you're coming up on the year anniversary. You still don't have a proper memorial yet? That's odd.
I think they watched.
And they said that, well, they're considering a bronze table because one of Charlie's things was the table. But I don't know, putting a random table there seems very strange.
I think I watched a video produced locally that was saying that some people wanted one and other people didn't because they don't like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that was months ago though. And so I think that since then, the question is, why has there not been any movement?
Mm-hmm. Norma says, I highly suspect the upside down suitcase was where the trap door was. The upside down suitcase. I don't know what that was. For Charlie's escape during his magic show and they pulled out. I don't really buy the idea that he went into the trap door. I think a lot more people would have seen that if that had been the case. But I don't know what the upside down suitcase is. I guess you don't either.
Mm-mm.
Ruby says certainly they had innocent students there and a ton of people who were crisis actors involved in the event. Yeah, there was definitely some, people who seemed like they were too eager to talk to the camera and were a little bit theatrical. Ruby also says, historical question, how and when did Jordan and Keli meet and start working together? I first became aware of you when you went on Trigger Smart. I don't remember what that live stream was about, but yeah, I wanted to.
It was my live stream. Trigger Smart came on my show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you exactly what it was. It was Erica Kirk appearing on CBS News with Barry Weiss. And yeah, that was, I think it was early December. I want to say it was December 4th or something, but maybe it was November, last week of November. But anyway, it was the night of that. And that was the first time that I'd ever gone live on my own channel. And I had no idea what I was doing. I was at my parents' house. And so I was roughing it. And then Trigger Smart comes into the chat and he's like, hey, do you want me to join? And so he did. But
go back to this view here.
But I remember Jordan was very interested in hearing more about the fake death theory. And I'd said that I had some videos that I couldn't display during the stream because I wasn't sure how, like, if that would penalize my channel or whatnot, but with prosthetics. And Jordan followed up like that night after the stream, I think. And then like the next day being like, where are the videos? Where are the videos? So.
Wait, I think you were on with Allie is the one that I saw.
Oh, then that wasn't this one. I would have been on with Mr. Let Go.
No, it was.
Oh, the Trigger Smart. Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that Allie and I went on to Trigger. Okay, I thought the first time that you saw me was this Erica Kirk night.
I don't think so. Live. I may have to scroll back for a little while for this one. I think it was 5 months ago. Oh, he hasn't been streaming for very long at all. Is it this one? Might have been this one. It's not that one. It might be this one. No, it's up. Anyway, it was you, Allie, and Trigger Smart.
What's just the live stream one? Oh.
This is the one.
Okay.
That I saw first. That's the first one that I saw. Oh, yeah, and I remember this comment here. Hold on.
Of taint, right?
I think that's what happened to OJ.
Oh, and speaking of OJ, I think it is worth talking about the idea of tainting the jury that we hear. Tainting the jury pool. So much. Who would have thought all this time we were still talking about messing up the jury pool? We can't talk about the case.
Let's see, Measured Man. Thanks for the super chat.
What I don't know if I got the right spot there, but you had suggested, why don't we talk about this if we have nothing to talk about? And then he just denies it or just ignores it.
The fake death?
No, something. I don't remember.
Prosperity gospel.
Hold on.
Speaking of OJ, I think it is worth talking about the idea of tainting the jury pool. You want to talk about that? I mean, I think that we hear so much of people saying like, oh, well, that's why we can't discuss evidence or we can't talk about the case.
Let's see, Measured Man.
Oh my gosh.
Request denied. Sorry, try again.
Yep.
That was the first one that I saw of you. And then I don't remember what our first communication was, if I tweeted you or if it was in the YouTube comments or what.
That's hilarious, Jordan, because let's just say, I mean, 7 months later, it's still a topic in a big way.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was in YouTube comments or whatever, but went to Twitter DMs and then to email, I think. And then eventually you called me because we were doing a live stream. And then I completely failed that live stream in basically every way possible. It's not on this one. But I failed that the technical demonstration of the squib completely failed. And I think, no, it's not this one. But it was in
January.
I crashed and burned.
Keep going. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. I may have just seen you. Let's see.
It's before this one. Here it is. This is the one where I crashed and burned 6 months ago. But you called me when I was running around like from Home Depot to Dollar General to Home Depot to my house trying to get this demonstration to work. And crazy that day. And then you called me and then I didn't take your call because of like, why is this crazy reporter lady calling me? I don't want to talk to a reporter lady. But then I think I called you back And then we did the stream that night, and then I like blanked out for 5 minutes straight. And then I did the technical demonstration, and that didn't work either. But it was okay. It wasn't the worst live stream. And then we talked on the phone after that, and then we stayed in communication for a little bit, and then we didn't do any streams again for a while up until I think I was in your chat. But then somehow Eco pulls 70,000 views.
It was
I don't
insane.
understand that.
I
I don't
know
think
it
I'll
was
ever understand that.
the right topic at the right time.
I don't think I'll ever understand how that worked. And then you did your theory. Okay, here we go.
I must have
Theory
been
Thursday.
like so on point with my SEO for the stream.
I have no idea. But this Theory Thursday thing, you had tried to do. What did Theory Thursday become?
Try and prove it.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is, you did the first Theory Thursday stream. I guess Blake dipped on you. You did it alone, and nobody wanted to come on and share their theory. So I'm like, I'm in the chat. I'm here. I can come on and share my theory if no one else is in line. So I come on the stream. And that's our second live stream. And
Yep.
then I think we did something. I don't remember what this one was, but Blake came on this one and I debated him and I crushed him for like 20 minutes or something. And then I think we did the Allgeist one on Trigger Smart somewhere around here. And then we started working together a lot more.
Yeah. It was a good time.
And as of like April, like really March to April is when we started getting super close. Because that's when we started trying to prove it in all these field tests, like every Sunday for a while. And then we started the Thursday night show every Thursday night. So there you go. That's the story.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met in person like a couple weeks ago for the first time. So, that was that question. Green Science asks or states, there's someone on YouTube with a video that allegedly shows Tyler Robinson near Chick-fil-A. Yep, I think that's been out for a while. Mr. Greco, M-I-G or J Greco says, what about a shot from the computer center? I think they mean the computer science building. Is it possible? What did you think?
So I'm going to have to go back through my footage. I know that I recorded a lot of what I did just consistently as I'm walking through the building and all this. And I didn't want to overwhelm the stream with all of these like videos tonight. But I know that at some point I felt like you actually don't have a shot from there. As far as I was able to get, as best as I was able to look through the windows, it didn't appear that you had a shot. In some cases, you don't get high enough. And then in some cases, it's like you get too high, if that makes sense. And so there's different visibility issues from what I could see with the access that I had. Now, the time that I was there, I think that it was ended up being about 6 or 6:30. And so I don't know if these rooms are typically like we'll say in September, maybe all of these rooms are opened up. And so it's a lot easier to have access to random rooms. I mean, I was there on a Friday evening in the summer.
How do I hide? Here we go. And back to the live comments. Anything new that we should talk about before we get off? This new report shows another clear image of the rifle. They showed a lot of stuff in the hearing last week that needs to be talked about.
Well, there's a lot more to discuss. That's for sure. Jesse
Yeah.
thinks the pictures more resemble Lance Twigs. Are any of us using other YouTubers and evidence to go? I mean, by all means, feel free to share it as you come across it. Look, for some of us, it's like we spend there's only so much time in the day. And I think that's like the beauty of the crowdsourced investigation is that there may be one of me and one of Jordan, but there's, hundreds of y'all that see different things, consume different material, and investigate things differently. And so by all means, like, always share, please.
I don't know who they're talking to. Probably not.
Did I do something different with my eyebrows? I don't think so.
I don't know. I didn't. The glove. Oh, do you want to talk about the thing you found in the golf cart?
No.
Or no? No?
Not
Okay.
yet. Mm-mm.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is
thank
it
you,
legal? Is it legal to shoot a gun on UVU campus as a reenactment? Yes, that would be unlawful discharge of a firearm without the proper authorization that you're never going to get. Because you have no idea who is in that area.
Oh, GCL was teasing me with the old video that was pulled up. Yeah, I don't even remember what the situation was. I think I was like sick. I didn't even do my makeup at all. I know I was shocked that I looked so rough in that. I'm like, did he ask me at the very last minute? I don't even remember. So, yeah.
On what stream?
Oh, the trigger one. Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Oh, wait, no, sorry, not that one. There we go. Do you remember now, Jordan, who that is?
Michael Aquino?
You don't get to look it up. Do you remember or not? Nope.
No.
Dude. Like, the eyebrows were like this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was, what was
Somebody's going to clip that.
Oh, that's right. That's the dude who people think is the father of Erica and JD Vance.
Yes.
See, I do remember things.
Ah, yes. GCL. Yeah. My lighting went from basic to sexy. Yes. My lighting upgraded and my camera upgraded too. Oh,
all right.
Goodness. Okay. Jordan's out. I'm out. This has been so fun. Y'all make sure support, try and prove it. Please make sure you are subscribed.
Please subscribe to Try and Prove It so we can get up to 1,000 subscribers. That would be terrific.
Please, 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 please.
Okay. Good night, everyone. That'll do it for tonight. Please rewind the stream and find any of the stuff that you were asking Keli for. A lot of really useful media was shared in this stream. So be sure to bookmark it, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Good night, friends. We'll see you soon.